5, 4, 3, 2. Are we live?
Baby.
We're live. Well, now we're live.
Now we're live.
Now we're really live. We were just talking. I was like, we got to get like a countdown thing here so we're not like shuffling in the beginning. She says it's part of the prestige. What'd you say?
I think I said charm.
Charm.
Yeah. I think yeah. Now you know it's really us. Yeah. This is not a professional production, if you'd believe that.
I feel professional.
Well, yeah. Just not in our production skills. Happy Friday. We made it.
Good to be here.
I know.
Great to be here. Closing day for me, for a client. But we signed everything yesterday, so it's kind of an easy closing.
Yeah.
Now I can big time and act like I'm no-showing somebody on a Friday.
Oh, I feel like those are a little bit anticlimactic. Like, so Nick's clients are relocating, so you just got to make it work, and that's how it goes. But it's like, I don't know. I love the like ceremony of like closing day and sitting at the table and stuff. We don't do anything at closing. Like your realtor, it's literally just a moral support
I come
situation.
with a key, and I'm like just sitting there for a while, and it's my.
Do you? I hand over the key at the beginning. Do you do it at the end?
At the end. Well, I'm not giving it up.
I'm scared I'm gonna forget.
I've still got these guys' key because there's some post occupancy.
Yeah.
Because gosh, that bugs me. Because you had this happen one time. You had a deal that wasn't closed yet, and that agent gave that people the key, and they were like moving in.
Yeah.
Before it was done.
They sure were. They sure were.
I trust my clients.
Yeah.
But not always that much. It's on me if something happens at that point.
Okay, but if you're at the closing table, what are they gonna do? Take the key and run?
Yeah, that's when that's my prestige.
Okay.
I'm like, once it's closed, congratulations, here's your way in.
Here's your key. I'm like, please take this from me. It makes me anxious to hold it for this long. I don't want to forget to give it to you. Okay. Let's get into it.
Back to business.
We're going to do our ultimate couples quiz first, as requested by my mother, who might be the only person that
wants we toss these after we do it, so we won't ever have any doubles.
We won't have any repeats. Last week's weren't very good.
Okay. Which of us is more likely to win a Nobel Peace Prize?
Excuse me?
Me.
What do you think you're going to win it for?
Well, first question.
What
do they give it for? Like, it's doing good deeds, right?
Maybe on like a pretty grand scale. Let's keep going.
Okay. All right. I had some ideas to help people, maybe.
Okay, good.
Which of us is more likely to forget an anniversary? Me?
Yes.
I mean, I look at my calendar a lot. Thankfully, I have it, but if it wasn't for that, yeah, my mind is just, it's in today every day.
That's true.
All right. Which of us is more likely to get mistaken for a celebrity? Ooh, this is a good one.
Who's the guy?
Well, I think there's a few.
Oh my God.
I've gotten Elijah Wood before.
What?
Elijah Wood?
I heard you. I just meant
I've gotten former American Idol contestant Lee DeWise.
I'm thinking of the guy on Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I don't know his name either.
But yeah, I've got that Impractical Jokers guy.
A lot. Yeah, he's, I think, the most... Jesus. Okay. Just a little Friday morning. Okay. Let's get into the
4 minutes in. We try to keep these at 6 minutes is what we've been shooting for.
And all we have is nonsense so far. So this is Douglas and Sarpy County existing homes, not new construction. There's 1,084 active homes, 1,136 pending under contract. Sold in the last month is 806, which is down 10% from last year. Average sale price is $361,107, which is up 1% from last year. And days on market is 12, which is up 33% from last year. It was 9, but it's the same as last week. So we're pretty consistent days on market. New construction complete right now is $298. And then the average list price for new construction, which is a new stat we're going to include, is $521,330. Yeah, kind of give you an idea of what's going on.
Rates are still not great. They're hopping around, but I never hear any good news. Yeah. But the prices are still going up, so.
Yeah. I think it's steady, we're not going back to 2021 appreciation where it was like 20%.
I had one of my clients contact me yesterday, and he was like, so what? He's looking at buying a house for his mom.
Yeah. Okay.
And uses like a rental property or something. Because she doesn't like where she's at now, and yeah. So, but he was asking me, how do we project like what this could be worth long term? And he was like, is 5% too aggressive? And I told him when I started, I always heard like you want to account for like 3 or 4% in our market as far as what you can annually gain. Obviously, you're going to have years better than that. Might have years worse than that. We had a lot of years better than that for a while, but that's kind of my rule of thumb. If you're looking 5, 10 years, whatever, you'll hit those splits.
Yeah. And that's the hard part too. It's like, could we have 20% appreciation again? Maybe, but that also followed a pandemic. Like, hope we don't have another one of those. Nick's got a new listing this week.
Got somebody who built a ranch with celebrity homes a couple of years ago, and they got an opportunity to move out to Florida. So she wanted a pool and a pool table, and they're headed there. So they already found the house. We have an agent down there in Florida that used to live here in Omaha. I was like, I know the perfect girl. We got her hooked up. They found a house that first weekend they went down. So
so great celebrity couple-year-old ranch. They did a bunch of extra work to it. We have clients who live next door who are very nice. So we can at least guarantee you will have one very nice neighbor.
Yeah, because now we listed it $375. The way we priced it, I kind of looked at what they're building these at right now, and they're basically starting somewhere $380 to $385. This is on a walkout lot, which, I mean, that doesn't account for that starting price with the new builds. I think somebody's going to get a good deal. I was just looking at my stats online. I was kind of track a few different things. I want to get a little more traction. So if you know anybody, send them to me.
Yeah. Where is it? Tell them where it is.
It's Deer Crest.
Deer Crest.
I always want to say Deer Ridge, but it's right next to Deer Ridge. It's Celebrities Development over 114th and State.
Yeah. So just general area information. And then the other thing we wanted to talk about is the city of Omaha is working on a new master plan that's supposed to be complete by 2027. But the interesting report that came out, or the part that I thought was interesting, was they are predicting that Omaha will run out of room to expand by 2050. And there is an expected population increase in Omaha of 36% by then. So this, like, we've seen appreciation kind of level out this year. The number of sales are down, the amount of inventory is up, which means it's the best time to buy that it's literally been in probably like 6-7 years, even though interest rates are higher. But it tells us, like, okay, it's a simple function of supply and demand, right? Like, we are going to run out of supply in the next 25 years. You know, hopefully it does take 25 years, and that's part of what they're trying to figure out in the plan is where can we expand, what's the best use of land, and how can we keep things affordable so, you know, young people can continue to buy their first home, which I think is great. I think it's very, I guess I'm happy that Omaha is being intentional about their growth, and they are hosting public forums for each district. Our district's is June 18th, which we're going to be at Daniel Tosh.
I won Daniel Tosh tickets at the bowling league and making Rachel go with me.
So we are not going to be able to make ours, but the name of the project is We Make Omaha, and we'll put the link in the comments if you want to check it out when the public forum is going to be for your district. They have a great website with a lot of information and their guiding principles of like what they're trying to accomplish with this plan as well. And I think it's great. They're trying to get so much public feedback. So yeah.
It's what they say. They want feedback.
I think they do want feedback.
They'll do what they want.
Okay. We've gone to a dark place. But that's all we got.
What do we got going on this weekend?
We have rain tomorrow, maybe.
You know what? It's going to be 91 degrees next Wednesday.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
We took the boys to the outside pool for the first time on Monday. Had some chattery teeth, but they were excited about it. Will's t-ball game got rained out because there was lightning. Hopefully tomorrow doesn't get rained out because there's just only so many t-ball games to be had.
It's a bluey night at Warner Park tonight.
Not gonna make that because the game
Start at
starts at 7. That is too late for us. Okay. Gym would not go well. Yeah, we might. I think we're gonna try and explore a new park. We did Standing Bear 2 weeks ago, or maybe was that last week?
Shram 3 weeks, Standing Bear 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're due for a new one. So if you got any suggestions, hit me.
Yes, we would love some suggestions. Top things for us are it has to have a playground. If there's no playground, our children will be sad. And then second, if it is like nature-y, that would be wonderful because Will thinks any piece of nature is a forest.
Looking for Pokemon.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And he finds them. Whether they are real or imaginary, he will find some Pokemon. And then he convinces Jim that it's real. So it's pretty cute. But yeah, I think that's our plan this weekend. Yeah. I'm trying to think. What else? I got nothing. We had a food truck last night. Taste of New Orleans, which was delicious.
They're so cool. Montoya, the owner, is always super nice. She's always wanting to say hey. And
yeah.
They've been here 5 years?
Yeah.
Or 6? Is this year 5 or 6?
This year.
They've been here every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're super cool.
Will was they have good jambalaya. Jim was covered in powdered sugar from the beignets. They're delicious. Our neighbor. Here's the problem. Let me tell you what happens on food truck night. Everybody's kids run wild. And if your kid comes into our garage and asks for food, I'm going to give it to him. Okay. That's just how I operate. So like Caleb's eating our Oreos. He was covered in powdered sugar.
Sharing my lemonade with me.
Eating the powdered sugar out of the box. It's fantastic. The community that...
What is this?
It's just sugar, Caleb. Sorry, Kelsey. But yeah, it was a good night. So yeah, that's what we got going on.
We're going to get after it.
We're going to get after it. If you ever want to come to a food truck, come on down. July 10th, Javi's Tacos will be here. So they're always a good one. And they have a lot of kid-friendly stuff, which is helpful. If you're like us and your kids don't like, well, Jim will eat anything. Will just wants to eat French fries all the time.
Or cheese pizza. Tonight's pizza night.
Tonight is pizza night.
Told Rachel I want good pizza. We usually get a lot of Papa John's. That's the one Will likes. It's his favorite, Papa John's thin crust cheese.
And they also deliver really fast for us.
But he does like paisans, so we might do that.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's all we got. We made 13 minutes.
That's
too long.
Elijah Wood, out.
Bye. Have a great weekend.